Geometry 6-1, angles of polygons. So for these notes, I'm going to just show you some stuff, and then we'll work some problems out with you as well. So we're going to start with creating this chart, the interior angles sum. And now we're talking about convex polygons here. Angles of polygons, interior angles sum. So we're going to look at a shape. So here's a triangle. You got 3 sides, and the number of triangles in this triangle is just 1. You add up all the interior angles, you get 180 degrees. Now if you have 4 sides, so here's a shape, a quadrilateral, 4 sides. You can see if I were to connect these two vertices here, then you'd have 2 triangles. 2 times 180 is 360. So that's how many degrees are in the interior angles when you add them up in a quadrilateral. Here is a 5-sided object. It's got 5 sides, 3 triangles, 1, 2, 3. 3 times 180 is 540. So if you add up all of the interior angles, you get 540 degrees. Now we have a 6-sided polygon, 6 sides, 4 triangles, 4 times 180, 170. And now we can just say, okay, however many sides there are, n, an n-gon, n minus 2 is how many triangles there are going to be. And so we could just write that as how many sides minus 2 times 180. So you can see here from all of these earlier polygons, you've got 3 sides minus 2, 1 triangle. 4 sides minus 2, 2 triangles. 5 sides minus 2, 3 triangles. And so on and so forth. So that's where we get n number of sides, n minus 2 is the number of triangles. You multiply that by 180, and then you can get the sum of interior angles of any convex polygon. So we're going to do a couple examples, and we'll switch to a fresh piece of paper for this. So we're going to do an example here. A heptagon. A heptagon has 7 sides. So I want to know what is the sum of interior angles of a heptagon. So I can just say n is 7 minus 2 times 180. 7 minus 2 is 5 times 180. Put that in your calculator, 900 degrees. All right, you try one. I have a 13-sided polygon. I want to know the sum of interior angles of a 13-sided polygon. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and get to work on that. All right, let's see how you did. We have a 13-sided polygon, so 13 minus 2 times 180 is going to give us our answer here. So 11 times 180 equals 1980 degrees. Let's do another example. Let's draw a 4-sided object. This is A, B, C, D. Angle D is x degrees. Angle A is 3x degrees. Angle B and angle C are both right angles. I want to know angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Okay, so first off, when I take a look at this, I know B and C, these are both 90 degrees because they have that little box there. So I know these are both 90 degrees. Now I need to figure out how am I going to find out what is D and what is A here. So one way to do this is to add up all of these in here and set them equal to whatever my total should be here. So I'm going to take 90 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 3x plus x degrees. So I'm just adding up all of these angles, and what am I going to set it equal to? Well, we've already done the math here. If this is a four-sided object, that would be 4 minus 2 times 180. That'll get me the total degrees here if I were to add the angles, interior angles together. So that's 2 times 180, which is 360. So 360 is my total. 90 plus 90 is 180. 3x plus 1x is 4x equals 360. Subtract 180 from both sides, and I get 4x equals 360 minus 180 is 180. Divide by 4. X equals 180 divided by 4. What's 180 divided by 4? 45. So now that I have x equals 45, I plug that back into these two angles here in order to figure out what their measure is. So if I plug in x, 45 for x, then d is 45. If I plug in 45 for the a value here, or for the angle A, then I have 3 times 45. 3 times 45, that's 90, plus 45, 135. That's how we do that one. Let's have you do one without me. You try. We've got a pentagon. Oh, that looks a little bit too 90 degrees there. Let's try again. So this angle, H, J up on top, over to the right is K, L, M. All right, angle H is 2x, J is 142, K is 2x, L is 3x plus 14 degrees, and M is 3x plus 14 degrees. Oh, it looks like they're the same, huh? Oh, so this is not drawn to scale. Just be aware of that. Okay, I want two things. A, I want the sum of the interior angles. And the next part I want is H, J, K, L, and M. I want all of those angle measures. Okay, ready? Go. All right, let's see how you did. So my sum here, I've got a 5-sided polygon. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 80 is 540. So 540 is my total of my sum. Now, I've got a little bit of work to do here in order to solve for x. So just like we did on this last one, we got to solve for x, but this time we have 5 angles to add together. So I've got 142 plus 2x plus 2x plus 3x plus 14 plus 3x plus 14. I'm just adding everything all together equals 540. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I've got 2 x's here, a 3x, and a 3x. So that's 4x, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 x's. 10x. 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 142 is 170. Equals 540. Is that right? 28 plus 142, 57, yeah. Okay. Subtract 170 from both sides. and I get 10x equals 540 minus 170. That's going to give me 370. Yep, 370. Divide by 10. X equals 37. Whew. Okay, now I know what x is. Now I just got to plug that into all of these and find the answer. But look, I only have to plug it into two different ones because these are the same. H and K are the same, and L and M are the same. So I just need to plug it into two. 2 times 37 equals 74. So that means K and H are both 74 degrees. And then I also need to plug in 37 for 3 times 37 plus 14. Oh, I already know what J is too, right? 142. So 3 times 37, that's 90 plus 21. So 111 plus 14 equals 126. Oh, I got 125 last time. Oh, of course. 111 plus 14 is 5, not 6. Crazy. 125 degrees. And that's how you do that one. Should we do one more of those U-tries? Okay, that's fine. Let's do one more. So I have a parallelogram. I know it's a parallelogram because this angle is 5x and this angle is 5x degrees. This angle is 11x plus 4 degrees and this angle is 11x plus 4 degrees. So I've got these two angles are congruent and these two angles are congruent. I've got a parallelogram. We're going to look at that more later. This angle is S, to the right is T, down below is U, and then R is over here to the left. So I want measure of angle R, S, T, and U. All right, go ahead and pause and do this. You try. Go. All right, let's see how you did. I'm going to add all these up, and but first I need to figure out how many. If I were to add all of these angle measures up, what would I get? What would my sum be? And my sum would be 360 degrees, because 4 minus 2 times 180. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 times 180 is 360. Okay, so I've got 360. Now I could do this even more simply. I don't know if it'd be more simply for you or not. I could just add these two up and set it equal to 180 if I wanted. That'd be a little bit of a, maybe kind of a shortcut, but it's okay. Let's just keep going. Add all these together. 5x plus 5x plus 11x plus 4 plus 11x plus 4 equals 360, which is the sum of all of these interior angles. Okay, 5x plus 5x is 10x plus 11x is 21x plus 11x is 32x. Did I do that right? 22? Yep, 32. 32x, 4 plus 4 is 8, equals 360. Subtract 8. 32x equals 352. Divide by 32, divide by 32. X equals 11. Let's make sure that's right here. 352 divided by 32. 11. Yep, great. X equals 11. So 5 times x, I'm just plug this 11 back in here to get r and t. 5 times 11 is 55. And so R and T are both 55 degrees. And then angle, so we should put a little angle in front of these probably, right? Oh, angle S is this one, 11 times 11 plus 4. 11 times 11 is 121, plus 5 is 125. 125, 125. All right. Hope you did. Hope you got that one all right. Let's keep going. We got a few more examples to do. So let's look at what a regular polygon looks like. So a regular polygon might look like this. Here we're going to draw a regular six-sided polygon. So all of the angles and all of the sides should be the same measure. So all of the sides should be the same length, and all of the angles should be the same measure. So if I have a six-sided polygon, and I say 6 minus 2 times 180 is going to get me 720. So that's the total sum of the interior angles, 720. Now, if I divide this number by 6, then I get 120 degrees. Now, I'm dividing this by 6 because I have 6 sides. And I want to know, since all of these sides are the same, or not sides, sorry, all of these angles are the same measure. They all have the same measure. So if I divide the total up evenly in 6 portions, then I should have the angle measure correct for each of these angles. So I divide by 6, 180. Each angle measure is 120 degrees. And so we could write this as a formula here. We say, here is our total, n minus 2 times 180. That's our total sum of the interior angles. Then if I divide this whole mess by the number of angles, then I know what is the measure of each interior angle. So you try one. I've got a regular, meaning all the sides and all of the angles are congruent, pentagon. So all of the sides and all of the angles are congruent to one another. So I want to know what is the measure of this angle. All right, go. All right, let's see how you did. So if I have 5 minus 2 times 180, and I divide this whole thing by how many angles there are, then I should get my answer here. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 is 540. 540 divided by 5 is 108. So each of these angles is 108 degrees. Now, I want to show you one other thing. Well, actually, a couple other things. This is a big section here. Here's another example, and this is find the number of sides So you're given the number of angles. So let's say, given an angle measure. So you're given an angle measure. So here's an example. My angle measure is 144 degrees. So here's how we do this. We're just going to do this one example. But this is how you do it. You've got your angle measure. And if I want to know how many sides or how many angles there are in this polygon. So I'm going to use this formula that I figured out here earlier. I'm going to use that to figure this out. Let me show you how. I don't know how many sides there are, so I'm going to keep that as n minus 2 times 180 over n, the number of sides. I don't know how many sides there are, but I know if I were to work all of this out, I would get the angle measure for each of those sides. So now all I have to do is do a little algebra here. So I just multiply both sides by n to get n out of the denominator. So I've got n minus 2 times 180 equals 144n. Then I distribute this 180 in here, and I get 180n minus 360 equals 144n. I'm going to subtract 180n from both sides, and I get negative 360 equals positive 144 negative 180 is going to get me negative 36 n. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 36. And this gets me 10. And so I have 10 sides. And that's how you do that one. All you do is you set up your formula, solve for n. That's it. All right, we're going to do a couple more things. You're actually going to copy this down, and then we'll do one example, and we'll be done with this section. So, polygon exterior angle sum is always 360 degrees. So the exterior angles, if I had a triangle, and when you do an exterior angle, you just draw a ray off from each side. And so if I were to add all of these exterior angles up, I would get 360 degrees. I've got a quadrilateral here, add them all up, 360 degrees. Pentagon here, add all these up, 360 degrees. Doesn't matter how many sides there are. If you add up the exterior angles, you're going to get 360 degrees every time. We're talking about convex polygons here. Okay, let's do an example. So here's the U-try. And it is find x. Or find the value of x, okay? So I've got a pentagon. It's not a regular pentagon. There we go. Okay, this angle here is 2x minus 5. This angle here is 3x plus 10. This angle is 6x minus 5. This angle is 2x, and this angle is 5x. Okay, so I just want to know, what does x equal? So if I'm going to have you do this as a U-try, but I'll get you a little bit set up here first. And that is, remember what we just learned is, if I add up all of the exterior angles, I should get 360 degrees. So that's your hint. And go ahead and pause the video and get to work. All right, see how you did? I'm just going to add all these up, set it equal to 360 degrees. 2x minus 5 plus 5x plus 2x plus 6x minus 5 plus 3x plus 10. Make sure that you got all 5 of these. Equals 360. 360, because all of the exterior angles, no matter how many sides the polygon has, should add up to be 360 degrees, as long as it's a convex polygon. All right, combine like terms. Let's look at all of the x's here. 3x plus 6x is 9x, 10, 11, 16x, 17, 18x. All right, 18x, negative 5 is negative 10, plus 10 is 0. 18x equals 360, divide by 18, x equals 20. 20. All right, and that is the first section of Chapter 6, Geometry.